Let's turn now to the markets, which are near session lows. And Sri-Kumar is with us. He's the president of Sri-Kumar Global Strategies. I don't think it's an Elon Musk sell-off, Sri, that's taking us a leg lower here. But we are breaking a win streak and wondering if we're going to be able to keep sustaining the sharp rally from the tariff lows.
So unless the tariff, there is further back off and a climb down by President Trump, I don't think the rally can keep up. In other words, if you keep the tariff levels, Kelly, where they have been after Liberation Day, that is just going to put a killer on equities and the bond market. I've been looking for a stagflation. What prevents that from happening is that, again, essentially saying that's not going to happen. There's going to be a reduction in tariff levels compared with what was threatened. And then you indeed can continue with it. So it's all a question. It is staying with politics in Washington and how it's going to be played.
I made a survey last December on Twitter, X. What's the better investment? S&P 500, DAX, China, or I think it was crypto. Nobody picked Germany. Nobody. I wrote about Germany a year ago. Germany's kicking our, what's the German word for tush? I don't know. But the German, why has Germany and other parts of Europe done so well this year?
You may not have the German word, but you made the message very clear, Brian. What is happening is, think about where Germany is coming from. They had political uncertainty. They had the new German chancellor who could not be elected in the first vote. But now Friedrich Merz is in fact on the job. And they are going to spend close to 1 trillion euros in both defense and infrastructure. That is going to be a huge stimulus, not only for Germany, but because of Germany's size. That 1 trillion euros is going to be very big for the European Union as a whole. So that's where you get the optimism on Germany coming up, because you're coming off 5 years of stagnation. Now you're looking at a turnaround in the situation.
And so you're more bullish outside of the U.S. than on it. So do you think there's something to the whole Sell America trade? There's a big split on whether that was an overblown fear or not, especially given the rebound lately.
The Sell America trend, Kelly, I think is very much still in play because the tariffs are at much higher level than they were before April 2nd, first. And then you have all the uncertainty that is continuing with economic policy. What are they going to do about the fiscal deficit, which, again, as Brian said earlier in the program, it's about 7% of GDP. I learned at the beginning of my career in the early 1980s, it should not be more than 50% of GDP. We are at about 140%. Mm-hmm. We had this very strange theory that if you are issuing your key currency, you can do whatever you want with the deficit. Remember, those people are not you heard from anymore because that's not true. Even a key currency country has to be careful. Otherwise, you're going to have the bond yield shoot up, and that is going to put a crimp on whatever you're trying
Quickly,
to do.
What's the biggest risk in America right now?
The big risk that I see is that the bond yields increase much higher than expected, and they affect essentially all forms of investment. If you cannot go to bonds for your protection, you have stagflation. And I lived through the stagflation as a young economist at that time. And you can say that it was not a very pleasant situation when you have high inflation plus recession, both at the same time. You don't know where to hide. That would be the biggest risk.